think that would be enjoyable. All right, my name is Glenna Donovan, and I am here with Mike Adams as well, and we are going to be sharing our community mapping story. So I am going to try and share my screen. So can you see my screen, Mike?
It's getting there. Yes, I see my screen.
Okay, cool. How about now? Can you see the?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Perfect, perfect. So I guess we can begin. Oh, next one. Oh, I actually have to jump out of that to jump over here. All right. So yeah.
Glenna and I both work at Tennyson Knowles Elementary. We're both intermediate teachers and share many of our students together. So on the map, number 1 is Tennyson Knowles Elementary, located off of 64th and Tennyson, and we actually have an Arvada address, but we work in Adams County and are part of Westminster Public Schools.
On this map, we have also added some other resources that our community uses. The second one being Growing Home, which is a partnered organization that works very close with our school to provide families resources that they need.
And at that location of number 2 right there off of 72nd and Lowell, they have a community food bank that is specifically designed for students in our in the school district that we work in. So it's very tailored to Westminster Public Schools and the families that we serve.
Yeah. The third item on our map is the local library. And it is the library that works closest with our school district. Though there is a library that is closer to our school, it does not work, well, I guess does not, use our school district as a resources as much as this one does. So.
And the reason that is it's right across the road in Jefferson County, so they serve a lot more Jefferson County public schools than ours.
Perfect. Number 4 would be the Hidden Lakes Apartments, where about half of our students come from.
And then number 5 is another big area, the Berkeley Mobile Home Park. We have about 2 buses of students that arrive there and from there to our school.
And then the 6th one is the Jim Baker Reservoir that we'll talk about, I guess, a little later, how our school uses that. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, we do have one of the larger attendance areas for our school district. As you can see that Hidden Lake Apartments are a good distance away from the Berkeley Village Mobile Home, and that's 2 places where we get a big majority of our students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's go back to presenting this. So the first place that we visited for our mapping project would be the Irving Street Library. And in the Irving Street Library, there are many resources and pamphlets for the community all around, not just our students, but all of Westminster. Some of the resources that are given there are, English classes, some free citizenship classes, along with some kid-friendly things like arts and stuff to do there as well. I think it's really awesome that they provide a monthly calendar that can be taken home with all the events that is so parents know what events are happening around the community and at the library. Here are just some more pamphlets talking about the, the type of community that's trying to be set up in the library, along with some local bus and light rail passes and maps. Do you want to talk about this a little bit, Mike, or would you like me to?
I can.
Okay, cool.
So this is the Westminster Public Schools used book event, and so what happens is they have a table full of books that's set up. They invite the community to bring a book, take a book. So it's a good place for them to exchange, that is, students feel that have ownership of that book, and then when they're done, they can turn it in, outread that book, or they've gotten to a new level in their reading level that they can exchange it for a book that's more appropriate for them. And that's right there in the Westminster Public Library.
I mean, the thing that's wonderful about it is that there were just tables and tables of books that were centered for the students of our district. Something that our school and our district are also doing is the Little Free Library, and that provides students, kind of like what Mike was saying, you know, you give a book, you take a book, you bring a book back, you take a new book, and there are boxes like this set up all around our district and around our school that allows students to trade out books and, you know, just get excited about reading.
And there are 3 locations that we mainly use. One right by our school, as you can see our school in the background there. And then there's one over by Hidden Lakes Apartment Complex. And then there's another one located down by Mobile Home Park that many of our students, and so they're trying to get them into areas that would be used by our students.
And it is awesome to see that the books are used and, you know, changed out throughout the year. Jumping back to some other resources that the library has for our students, as you can see by this flyer, every Monday through Wednesday, students can go to the library for a free homework center, and volunteers help the students during that time to help them with their homework and whatever else they need. Also at the library, there's a wonderful community park that it was awesome to see it being used by many students when we visited.
And the nice thing about the Irving Street Library, it was recently renovated, so it's a brand new building, a brand new park. It really brought some revitalization to the neighborhood, and is more used, and it is right next door to another school in your district, Westminster Elementary, and so it was great to see that resource being put into our community.
Mm-hmm. And it's just wonderful to see it being a hub for the community as well, for people to go to. The next part of our community that plays a big role in our school specifically is the Simpson Church, and they do a lot of donations to our school and providing resources to our school. Would you like to talk about the backpack program, Mike?
Absolutely. So one of the biggest things they do for our school is at the beginning of the year, they provide us with close to 150 to 200 backpacks. And these backpacks are not only brand new backpacks for the students to use that year, but are full with exactly the supplies that are listed for classes. And so, the students are able to walk into class feeling prepared for that school year, knowing that they have everything they need to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Jumping back to just our school and kind of going into the school, the resources that we have from our community. The first one being our school puts on a fitness club every Tuesdays and Thursdays where people can come and, you know, work out, and it's wonderful because it gets our community involved within our school. And kind of like the library did for the bigger Westminster community, our school becomes kind of a hub for activities after school for our families to come to.
And this is another program that's put on every Tuesday or second Tuesday. The program Mother Read is put on, where parents sit down and read books and share ideas. And then they also learn how to expand those books. So they're not just reading with their child. How do they expand those books to have them really understand and dive deeper into their reading with their child?
Another great thing that happens in our school is every Thursday morning, people are invited in to take free nutrition classes, and they actually cook and prepare meals that in the school, and that they're given, you know, the recipes and materials and stuff that they need to go home with the ideas and integrate that kind of nutrition into their home. And it makes the school smell really yummy during that time.
And after they complete the class, the families do receive a substantial gift card to King Soopers, who we partnered with, so that they can implement some of the things that they've learned throughout the classes.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the Incredible Years program. And the Incredible Years has come into our building now for 3 years, and they offer free classes for parents to have them help and understand what's going on with the changes that a child's going through as they're growing. And so we're really focusing on the development of the child and the things that are happening with their child, and ways that they can be good parents in supporting their growth, both physically, emotionally, and academically.
Another resource that we have at Tennyson Knowles is computer classes for parents. And this is just allowing them to get, you know, the basic skills in computers, and along with, you know, bringing them into the school environment as well.
Another thing that we wanted to show is that the Growing Home does put on classes and does things exactly in our school. So we talked about how they have a location at 72nd and Lowell, but they also do come into our class, into our school, and provide resources for our parents and our kids right in our building. So they're really targeting our students and our parents, and Growing Home is an awesome organization to be partnered with.
Yeah. Now kind of leaving the resources that have been brought into our school from our community, and branching out to looking at even more resources we have around our school. We have a lovely park named Tennyson Knowles Park that I see a lot of our students playing at after school. And we even have opportunities to go out there during the school year. The next resource that was labeled on the map is also the Jim Baker Reservoir. And that provides a wonderful place for a program that we use at Tennyson Knowles called Girls on the Run. And Girls on the Run is a program that's aimed to teach, you know, children body positivity, and girls specifically body positivity. And we all go train for a 5K. And Baker Reservoir is a perfect place for us to go train around. And we actually, every training day, go and do a lap or two around the reservoir.
And I know that program has been very successful, and boys are asking why can't they have a running program like the girls do. So it's good to see programs being brought in that are being positive impacts on their students' lives.
Mm-hmm. And I know this year we are going to be trying to form a running program for all people, you know, for all kids, not just girls. But that's still in the workings. The next thing that's happening around our community a lot is that there is a lot of construction going on around, and this is a picture depicting the light rail construction. And with the light rail, it is bringing new changes to our community. Would you like to expand on it, Mike, a little bit?
Sure. So as we look at the light rail development, we have two light rail lines coming through our community, one to the north, more closer to 72nd, and then another one to the south, a little bit closer to 60th Avenue, right next door to Jim Baker Reservoir. And I know that these changes have been fast and rapid, and as the light rail comes, property values have gone up, and people who were renting properties before are selling them, and we have some students who are being displaced by that, and also Lakeview Apartments in the next year or so will be sold and knocked over to build high-rise condos. Those are high-end, and so a big strain on the families that live there and live in the community. How are they going to rent? How are they going to be in the community that they have gotten to know?
The last one is just that the completion of the light rail did happen over the summer. And with that, you know, like Mike was just saying, there are going to be changes to our community, and there's going to be changes to our students. And I guess that kind of leads us to our end goal of understanding our community more and being cognizant of the changes that happen.
And also just making sure that we remember to focus on getting to know the community and staying connected to the community so that we also feel those changes and have a pulse on how our families are feeling during things that change with construction and different programs that are available to help our families. So just our goal is to stay connected to our community so that we know what's going on.
And so we can be reflective in the school as well, you know, and bring the changes that are happening outside in our community and address them inside our classrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Let me try and escape and go to the, no. How do I find out to get back? This one. And I think that's it.
All right. Thank you, Glenna.
All righty. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye.